But yeah, I would love in 2026 to do a CCJ month because I will not keep being disrespected on this podcast.
Well, let's do it. It's plenty
And
of
the beauty of it
CCJs we haven't
is,
read.
and CCJ is that author that you could do the month and you could read spicy romance, you can read sweet romance, you can read
Or
paranormal,
thriller
you
romance.
can read a retell, and it's still all CCJ. And I think that's why I'm like, she is quite literally remarkable.
She's
I did
got
Wonder this
variety.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wonder was a retelling of Alice in Wonderland, and I was like,
So
it
good.
was so good. Why was it so
So
good?
good.
It's tea time with
Kelly,
T?
and Lee. Hey, ladies, what you sipping on?
boring stuff.
What do you have, T?
Tea. And I'm feel good.
What
I
type of
have
tea?
tea too, but mine is iced, sweet,
Oh.
mixed with strawberry lemonade.
You've
Okay.
been doing the most lately, and I love it. I'm loving this for you. Mine is just green tea. And I forgot my honey because I have brain fog, but it's doing what it needs to do. I usually would drop like some peppermint in there too, and like I wanted a toddy is what I wanted, but I didn't leave the house today. I wish I would have left the house, but then I'd be in the frame like this the whole episode. So it's probably best.
Over to the left.
So it's probably good that I don't have a toddy, but that's what I really wanted. But I digress. What you got, Lee?
I don't like that for you. I don't like that you just have boring tea over there.
Sorry.
I got the good old H2O.
You're
Where's
more boring than
Marcus?
me.
Where's Marcus?
He's actually downstairs in the living room. He has no excuse, okay? And I want y'all to know that all the books are fulfilled, so it's not like Mr. LB's downstairs packing. It's not like he's editing. He has no excuse for why I don't have a beverage. None.
Mr. LB, this is not the way we conduct business, sir.
And I feel like it's rare
I'm
that
actually
Corporate
going to have
Kelly.
to write you up.
Yeah,
Send
I'm gonna
me to
say
the front office.
I'll say I feel like it's rare that Corporate Kelly makes an appearance on the podcast, but he's like this close to a pip. Like you need to get it together.
We're going to have to put you on a 30-day, what is it called?
Honestly,
It's a pip, a performance improvement plan. Like you need
Performance
to.
improvement plan.
honestly,
Yes.
you said he's this close. He needs to be on the PIP. I don't understand why he still gets another warning. Like,
She's like he's done this 5 weeks, and
I'm
I
just
feel like
like,
because
come
he started so high, like with the homemade bitters and the muddle. Like I think he just peaked too soon. He shouldn't have started way up here. He should have just like a
But Mr.
gradual.
LB, there's lots of things you could have just made for your.
I mean, I'm just a girl.
She's just a girl.
And to make
Sorry.
matters worse, I did his daughter's hair before an episode. Washed
You
it
did
You
his
did
daughter's
on
hair.
a Thursday.
on a Thursday.
Mr. LB, this is unacceptable.
Braids, beads, the whole 9 yards.
I'm afraid we're going to have to
Actually,
let
might
you
be an
go.
automatic termination. I don't even know if that tip even applies at this point. Some things are just egregious and uncalled for. I can't do it.
So what y'all got black?
Kelly, but you got black.
I'll say, Lee, why you scratching your head like you ain't got nothing?
No, because I'm so excited about mine. I feel like I should be last.
Okay. So what I got, and I'm gonna be, y'all know, whenever I put something in the frame, I'm blurry for like 36 hours. So I'm gonna move slow. But I got this promo box that we got gifted to us by the author Michelle Sims, and it's Dope Black Women, and it's a gift box. And in it, I'm gonna try to hold it so that you can see the contents. It was so cute. A planner, a candle, and a mug. Dope Black Woman.
Period.
That's super cute. And I've been saving it to show it so I can unbox it, but then I feel like I'm never gonna unbox it because you know when things are just packaged cute, you want to leave it in the box? Or is that just me? Is that just me?
No, it's
Okay.
not just you. I do it too.
It's all
But
of us.
the candle says unapologetically dope, proudly black, incredible woman.
Period.
Smells good. Yeah. So this is nice. It's very nice. Love, love, love it. Their brand has lots of gifts and things like that that you can purchase. So if you haven't checked them out, we'll put their socials up, but lots of cute stuff. So that's what I have. What you got, T?
Have now met her on Threads, but she was at Southern Hearts and signed Kisses. I didn't know that because I stood in Nina's line for 3 hours. The whole event, I was in one line. But
I'll keep my commentary to myself.
Miss Brits from Introverted Book Yapper,
Yeah.
her whipped body butter.
Hmm.
This is Velvet Orchard.
What is it? Describe the notes.
I was
It's
gonna say that. You should have described the notes in your candles too, Killa.
We're not talking about me.
Let's
We're
see
talking
what
about
y'all
tea.
does. Yummy is what it smells like. Amen.
Mine smells like a dope black woman. Moving on.
Okay.
What you got, Lee? I almost called you T.
You did call me T, but I'll let it slide.
All right.
Try to hide. So I started a new tradition. So before I said anytime I finished a work in progress, or writing in progress rather, I was gonna get a piece of cheesecake. And T was like, "Wait, hold on a second. That don't seem right. You're
Your
allergic
book is
to
coming
gluten."
out, girl.
Anti-fun.
T was like, "You're allergic to gluten. You're lactose intolerant. That's a lot."
Looking out.
And so I was like, So I had something new. I said, okay, from now on, when I type the end on a book, I'm gonna get a decorative cover for one of my 5011 million Kindles because I got a few of them things. So I subscribed to At a Print, and my first Kindle design box came, and it came with so many different options, which was cute. I got the basic plan. They had 3 plans, and I got the basic one, which I think is $35, and it came with so much cute stuff. Oh, here's Calliope the Kindle.
Calliope girl.
I like that. Now, is that a printout or are they stickers?
So no, it's a printout. So
Okay.
the $35 one came with 3 different. So what's nice is each month there's a different theme. So this theme was Beneath His Stetson by CM Campbell. And so it was cowboy themed. Super cute. So it had 3 different inserts. This was the one I chose. So even within one box, I could style the Kindle differently. It came with keychains, but because I'm a nerd, I put all of them on, right? So there's this hat.
Oh,
There's
that's
this
what other girlies do.
Yeah, but I see some girlies, right, as they change their insert, they change the thing, right? And here's a little version of the book, which is so freaking cute.
Now, is she the one who had a Porter box at one point? Did she have a Porter Brothers box? Somebody had one.
I don't think so. Now, I do know At a Print does different exclusives, so any author can apply. So this upcoming month is actually the Zoo Boys, and because I'm a loser and forgot that I didn't unsubscribe, I got the shipping. I'm getting that box too. But you know what? I did just type the end on a book,
You
so
did.
But
The end with
anyhow,
an asterisk because we got some review to do.
I still typed the end on that
No,
motherfucker.
they did
Girl.
Because Lee was stressed out, baby. We had her stressed.
When I tell you guys, be having us. Killer be putting her kids to bed. I'm in the bed, one eye open, and she's like, "Y'all, hear me out. Hear me out. Just hear me out." And we're like,
It's not
"Uh-huh.
10 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah." And
Yeah, so
and
I
then I
like
wake up to 17 text messages. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's the part that we got to stop. Go to bed. We don't went to bed. Why are you still up?
so I so what they're talking about is there was a night in question where I was crashing
Just
out.
closing arguments.
I was crashing the bleep out about this couple because I couldn't get it together. And they were just trying to steward me in the genre that I said I was writing in, but I just could not. I could not. 2 plus 2 is 4, but it was 84 in my head for some reason.
She
And
was
then
scandalized.
we already got off the phone at midnight, and I stayed up an additional 2. I just finished the book because I was like, you know what? I finished the book because I'm like, let me just get your edits all at once, and then I could just go back to the drawing board and apply said edits. But anyhow, the only thing that I'm missing, it doesn't come with the basic plan, is the pop
the
socket. I
pop socket,
realized
yeah.
how much I want the pop socket. So I will say that if this is going to be a gift to myself for finishing, I will splurge on the pop socket. But you can buy the pop socket separately. But the problem is they're also flipping cute. I don't know which one I want.
For sure. I be
See,
seeing
I
them
still
on
haven't
I
gotten into the pop socket. I can't do the pop socket yet.
just learned that I need to put the pop socket somewhere where my hand actually naturally goes on the Kindle.
Well, for me, it's a little awkward because y'all know how many times Ellie broke my Kindle. So now I get the one with the clear in the back and the thing. So when you put a pop socket on here, it's a little awkward because it just like hangs like this. You know what I mean? It's so I
Yeah.
don't know, but
Yeah,
but I'm
like
gonna
I
get.
have a grip on the back of mine, but to T's point, it's lower and it's slightly skewed so that my hand, like when I'm holding it, it feels natural. But like for me, when I'm reading on my Kindle, I need to loop my hand into something,
Yeah,
not just wrap
into
it around.
something.
Yeah,
Right.
like so if I go like this, it's still on my hand. So I'm still trying to find the perfect one. The one I have now, it's okay because I can use it as a stand too, which is why I don't like the pop sockets because you can't use it as a stand. It
I
just
think it's
falls out.
the pop socket is big enough you can. Like the ones they have are like some
Yeah,
of them are
they like go the width of the.
Oh, okay. Some changes since I looked at them, but yeah, I'm always looking for the perfect thing, even for my phone, just trying to make it so that I can hold it easily and that I can prop it up without having to have 7 different cases and stands and all the things. So,
I've given up. I just take the tripod everywhere I go. I'm not fooling with you.
well, speaking of stands, Kelly said something about a stand, but I'm gonna say a stand. I want to know what books you stand. Okay, this year we've read a ton of books. We've read a ton of books under tomfoolery, a ton of books with BBB, tons of buddy reads with some of our buddy readers like Foodie Nelly. Right? We've done, of course, independent reads. I asked the girlies to compile a list of their top 5 books, and I asked them to also think about their honorable mention, the book that came real close being on the top 5, but no cigar. I want to know the worst thing somebody said about your honorable mention book. Okay? And you know what? I'm going to go first because I looked up what somebody said about Killing. I'm cracking.
and I'm sitting here. Okay, so first, can I tell you what my honorable mention is before you drag it?
Fine. Go ahead.
Okay, so my honorable mention is I don't know. Okay, so it's The Davenports by Kristen Marquise, I think is how you say her name. And it makes no sense that I enjoyed this book because it stands for everything that I dislike typically in a book. It's YA, it's historical fiction, and it's so like just rom-commy and sweet. I should not have enjoyed it, but I really enjoyed it. And so it takes place in Chicago. I can't remember what year it's supposed to be, but it's like a long time ago. And it just really it speaks a lot to like people of color coming to an affluent lifestyle and having status in this family, the Davenports. And it has multiple POVs, which are my favorite. But like I just really enjoyed it. And I shouldn't have enjoyed it. And maybe it's because I did it as a buddy read with Shauna Reed. Shout out. That was one that we did. I just enjoyed it. So whatever somebody has to say about it, your mother. But go ahead.
You know, I wasn't going to say anything, but it wouldn't be me. I just think it's funny how a YA, a historical fiction, is on your top and you didn't read it with us. But I
I
digress. I digress. I digress. I digress. Let me tell you what somebody had to say about one of your favorite books. Y'all ready? Uncooked, unseasoned chicken equals this book right here.
not uncooked and unseasoned. It's just straight out the pack.
It's a
Wait.
little diaper.
First of all, okay. And again, I will say we all read a lot of different genres. Like this isn't so far from what I would typically enjoy because there's not even any open door romance. Like this is so far from what I would typically read. So
Mhm.
I can see where if you are into that, you wouldn't dig it, which is why I still can't understand why I liked it. I can't.
Well, outside of that one review, most one-star reviews or negative reviews had something in common. They all said that they went in expecting a Bridgerton feel and they felt really disappointed. And so I think if you watch Bridgerton, you know there's spice, you know there's like it's real raunchy on that TV show, right? Or
Yeah.
Is
in
that
that
what it's supposed to be, or they just saw the cover and assumed?
Think because I know when I found it, when it was like hitting my newsfeed all the time on my timeline, it was at the peak of Bridgerton. And so I think because it's not a new release. So I think people were just like, ooh, we're gonna jump on this bandwagon. And then mind you, they end up releasing Queen Charlotte, which was also very good. That would have made my top 5 if it was this year. But it does have a Bridgerton feel just with no romance. Like there's no spice.
Oh, okay.
But it's very Bridgerton actually, which is why I was like, I think that's probably why I did like it because I enjoyed Bridgerton and Queen Charlotte. But yeah, there's just no spice. There was drama, there was shenanigans, but
So you do enjoy historical fiction. I just think that what the part of history that we're in matters, right? Like a lot of historical fiction tend to be during slavery or tend to be, like Black people aren't as affluent. I think if you want a historical fiction book, you want to follow an affluent family. So I think that's important. And I have a recommendation, if you will, in the new year, not now. Get into Beverly Jenkins books because them women is being loved on properly and they being tricked on.
see, it's the covers. Those covers, okay. I judge book by their covers. Again, your mother. That's my business. I'm allowed to do what I want to do. I'm an adult and I pay taxes. 2, my issue I'm realizing with historical fiction is don't try to teach me nothing. I don't want to learn anything. So like when it comes off as like I now have to learn about the Civil War to enjoy this book, I don't want it. I don't want to do that. Don't teach me dates and people and things. I just want to enjoy it because I didn't enjoy history in school either. Again, at somebody else about it. I didn't care for the subject. So I think when I read something, and I have read some books where it's like it takes place during a historical event, and that's so much of the setup is that you got to know that it's Vietnam or it's this, is that, and then JFK was the president. I don't want that. Don't teach me anything. Don't teach me
So
anything.
can I ask a question? So the whole Davenport with multiple point of views, you didn't learn a thing about that point of history, like not one thing.
Sure, I did, but it was like obscure, right? It was not like the year was 1925 and the penny was at its lowest. I don't care. I don't care. Don't care. I don't want to know about the iron industry or none of that. I just want you to tell me like it was a time and a time was had, and also it was a long time ago.
That's all she wants.
Gloss it, gloss it high level, yada yada yada. Get to the good stuff.
Okay. Well, Kelly, who did you look up? Who's honorable mention?
So I had T's book, which T, would you like to share what your honorable mention was?
7 Days in June, Tia Williams.
That's a good one.
Would you like to share why you enjoyed? Why did it make your list, T? Enlighten us. I'm doing the most.
Usually that's me, so you know.
So I read this with Killa. Killa, it was on your summerish slash fallish slash almost winterish TBR.
Slash New Year slash Valentine's Day. I don't know how far this is gonna go, but just
So
know that
it
I'm
was on your
checking them
summerish
all.
TBR, and I've had that book for a couple of years, and just I think somebody told me something about it, and I was just like, I'm not reading this. And then it came up, and I was like, oh, well, let's do it. So we hopped in, and it just was such a good story. Like, where we ended up in the end, we were like, hold on, you mean to tell me
It's
my
one of
life could have went a completely different way?
one of those alternative endings that Kelly likes. Like you feeling like you feel
Oh, mama, I hate a raggedy mama. And
in the
apparently
ragged.
all these
Why
stories have
every book that
raggedy
we end up
mamas.
loving got a raggedy mama in it? Like,
That's
what
it.
is
You know what
that?
I'm saying?
Y'all hate it, but I don't know that you do.
Can't escape it. I know that.
Can't escape it. So it just reading it with Killa. Killa listened to it. You listened to it, right?
I listened to it. Yeah.
Listened to it. She gave me a day head start to read a couple of chapters so we could be close to each other and finishing. It was unexpected. I didn't go in thinking I would love the book. But yeah, I really did enjoy it.
Think Tia Williams is like that in general. That's been my experience with her. I go in with no expectations, and but they have surpassed what my expectations would be. A Love Song for Ricky Wilde was definitely like that. It was really good. Very
That was
different.
my this or that. It was between this one and A Love Song for Ricky Wilde, and everybody was like, "They're both good," but everyone was like, "If you're gonna read one first, it was like, you got to read 7 Days in June."
So the first, everybody has like the first book that brought them back to reading. For me, it was 7 Days in June. Like, just had a
I
baby,
mean, and that's a good book to get you back in.
was pumping, so I was only reading when I was pumping, but I was pumping 6 or 7 times a day, and so I had the book right next to the pump, and I just was like it was so beautifully tragic, right?
Yes.
It was and I was like, "Wow." Yeah. Yeah, it was good.
I was just grateful to know that her headaches were not because of drugs.
What?
I said I was just grateful to know that her headaches wasn't because she was, like, on drugs.
Yeah. So before I get into the comment, Imma preface this first and get on my soapbox. Well, soapbox is here. I'm upon it. Reading these comments about this book is why I don't review books that are not my genre. Imma say that first because I feel like this book got drugged, but there was a common denominator of the demographic.
Mhm. Because
And
of
the
romance.
only reason and every comment was like, "I can't believe this famous person picked this for their book of the month." So they only read it because it was a book of the month first. And so I'm thinking like, well, when you realize it wasn't your bag, the fact that you went out of your way to drag it, I think you're dumb. Let's just
Be honest, that famous person that they're talking about picks a lot of romances as her book club of the month. Like, she picks thrillers here and there. And a few historical fictions, but if you went back and looked at all her she picks a lot of romances.
but does she pick a lot of BIPOC?
And that's the common denominator. Say what it
Yeah.
is. Don't say you don't like romance, say you don't like black romance. Say the
Just say
thing
it. Say the thing. And
because
they weren't saying the thing. And I'm like, because you're not mad. You're mad because you can't relate. You don't see. But again, welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Okay. You're dumb. So, with that being said, I was a little annoyed because I feel like those kind of comment or reviews, the way it affects
Even
an
so, 7
author's.
Days in June, yes, yes, and also no, because the story is the story. You could have put anybody in the story, meeting somebody that you click with immediately and just life literally tears you guys apart and you find a way to connect without
their
handling the elephant
story.
in the room. Like, that's just a story.
Yeah. And so I'm like, you didn't enjoy it because you didn't want to enjoy it.
That's
I
true.
mean, some people were like, I read the first paragraph and stopped. And I was like,
So let me say this. Her Tia Williams' name could be any woman of any nationality's name. If there were flowers on her cover and not
For
people
sure, and not people.
mm-hmm.
and no picture of her, I could almost guarantee you it would look really different. And that's why I have to stop and say I'm grateful for things like Bray because to see all those black authors be like top 10, not just in black charts. My book ended up being top 13 in contemporary next to the Megan Quinns. And no shade to all of those authors, but it's like our books are that good,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But you won't read them because there are black
because there are
people
black
on
people
the
on the
cover,
cover.
right? Or the name of the author depicts
Ethnic.
is
Mm-hmm.
ethnic. And so like call a thing what you can't do is say Tia can't write. Like quite literally when I started reading um uh uh A Love Song for Ricky Wilde, I knew in the first 10 pages that it was going to be one of the best books that I ever read.
Yeah.
Like, because
And I
that's
can
how
guarantee you,
vivid it was.
I bet these same people would say Romeo and Juliet is a masterpiece. It was a tragedy. Why are you picking and choosing which tragedies you
Exactly.
like? Quite literally children falling in love and killing themselves over it. Like, so I was kind of irritated when I was looking at the reviews because I was just like, y'all really. And every time I looked at the photo, I was like, But okay, so it made me laugh because it says Ayana would have a field day with these two. Besides the descriptions of Eve's chronic illness being handled fairly well, the rest of the novel was tedious and nonsensical. Moments that read like a transcript from a random YouTube video titled Story Time. I almost dated a crackhead.
Okay, that was funny, but come on now. Come on now. She handled it way more delicately than that.
For
Yes.
sure.
It was the I almost dated a crackhead part. I was like, it
People are ridiculous. Like,
tickled me.
why do you have that much time? Just go ahead and leave your 1 star on Amazon and keep you went out of your way to like go on Goodreads and start typing that nonsense.
But yeah, that particular celebrities book club got drug all through the comments. I don't know if I'll ever read something she recommends again. I
And
can't
those,
believe she chose this.
and those same
Does
people
she
are
now?
right back on her book club next month.
Huh.
For sure.
And will read problematic authors all day, every day.
Mm,
But,
mm, mm.
but okay, soapboxes away. T, who did you look up?
I had Lee. Didn't I have Lee?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Lee, what book is your honorable mention?
My honorable mention was Plus Size Playa by Danielle Allen. I enjoyed it a lot. So the fact that this is my honorable mention tells you my top 5 is fire because I can't believe it didn't make it in my top 5. But it's one of the best contemporary romance books I've read this year. We had an opportunity to meet Danielle Allen
We did.
and
Yes, we did.
Killa interviewed her at Black Romance Book Fest. She's such good energy, good
Besties now.
time. She also got a chance to talk about the other women like in that series and kind of what inspired her. And that was a great moment. But I just love the representation of a plus size Black woman who's not ashamed of her body, not hiding her body, very much so in love with herself, very much so knows her worth. She got a basketball team. Like, I'ma date you, and you too,
Period.
until she was just stuck like Chuck, you know? And when Nina got stuck, she really got stuck. And I love to see it. And I love to see the way he protected her. And what does T say? He was a man being a man throughout the whole book. What did the people have to say about one of my fave books?
Well, again, we're usually in a similar situation with these low reviews. Okay, people who just say they couldn't vibe. I couldn't vibe with the characters or the plot of the book. I felt like there wasn't much depth, and I didn't really I didn't really know the characters. A lot of the interactions had a sexual undertone, which I'm fine with in most cases, but here it just felt empty because I didn't feel any emotional connection. The book has great ratings, so I guess I'm in the minority on this one.
What about plus size player? Heavy on the player.
Why does everything
Heavy on
Why does everything need depth? Why can't a girl just be a girl
Speak on it, Lee. Speak on it.
and get the Mario coins knocked out of her, and that's the plot of the story? But also, the cover is very much giving two beautiful people staring at each other. So it was very much giving this book is going to be about sexual undertones, and it was very much so giving we like each other. So
And
I
even
think
the description talks about her roster. What did you think was going to happen?
But also, I'm gonna complicate that a little bit. There also was depth because, granted, I don't want to give away too much, but what he ended up doing at the end of the book was not something that was on my bingo card, right? Like,
For sure.
I think he was willing. I think one of the things that romance authors do really well is like they're laying the blueprint for how women want to be treated, specifically Black women, how we want to be loved, how we want to be cared on, how we want to be provided for. And so if you can't vibe with that, I can't vibe with you.
And my whole thing,
Because plus
I think
size
it's the
player gave all the
discomfort.
vibes. I
Yeah.
mean, we was vibing literally the whole book.
I think it's the fact that people are uncomfortable with the fact that somebody would say, I'm not going to tie myself down to anybody, until they give me what I
Until
want.
for sure.
Well, we read this one for the book club, and I remember some of the common themes. was like people were really uncomfortable with the fact that she was sexual with multiple people, right? They were uncomfortable by it, or they were
Yeah, I
like,
mean, she was not married.
I could tell she really liked one person, so why she's still entertaining the other. And I'm like, oh, baby, like, you need to let that freak flag fly. She could do what she wants because she's grown, period.
And I'm not in a committed relationship, so I can do what I want with whoever I want. And she was not
And
lying to
here's the
anybody.
thing is that she was open and honest. So if those men wanted to be chased, they could have been. She
But
gave
what
every opportunity for them to, and when she realized like, eek, I like, ooh, I feel like let's not do this no more.
she was very fair. Like when she realized that she had emotional ties to Russ, I think his name is Russ, right? When she realized she had it, she cut off everybody else. She was just like, okay, it's not fair for me to be being central with these other people. And I know that there's this tie here that I can't connect. I think that it is still very uncomfortable to see women, more specifically Black women, be
More
very.
specifically, fat
Like,
Black
yeah,
women.
thank you. Let's
There it is.
let's
There
say
it is.
it. So
Be fat Black women loving their body, fat Black women hunching because they feel like hunching. Okay.
And because that ain't never stopped no show. That ain't never stopped the motion.
Somebody will lift up
and
your
never.
purse so quick. They'll lift it up. Okay. Move it
Super
up.
aware. We're good. We're good. Yeah, and so I was like, I think it's the fact that, and then even in the scenes where she was breaking it off with people, there was like no bad blood. It was kind of like, man, I'm gonna miss you, but hit me up. Like if
Yeah.
anything changes, hit dap and go. So it's like everything about it was so healthy. It was so healthy. The fact that you find fault, that just means again, you didn't want to enjoy this story. You were uncomfortable with something else, and so you couldn't enjoy the story. Whatevs. But again, your opinion is your opinion.
Yeah. I'm just grateful this person admitted that they were in the minority because they were. There weren't many low reviews on this one. It's a great book. And
I
if you
will
listen
say,
to
That's
it
too
on
bad.
audio, it's even more amazing.
was that Wesley on the Wesley get
It
all the
was Wesley on the mic.
was just
Yes.
Wesley on the mic.
Wesley is a full cast by herself.
And this was completely from Nina's point of view, I want to say,
Was. It
which
was
is
single point of view.
which we don't really get in romance anymore. So it was bravo, Daniel Island. It was wonderfully done.
Yeah, it was well done. I loved it. And I can't wait for book 3.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I love that there's football. I love a little sports rendezvous. I'm a sucker for a good old sports romance.
I love that it's football, but I also want to see what happens because she's in her family situation, right? I just want to see a happy ending. That's gonna be what I need a happy ending on because I know she's going through it.
See, I
Baby
don't know.
girl.
Right.
Danielle like to play all day, so I don't think that
Tell Danielle we don't have time. Not on this one. Danielle, you have a bunch of other books you can play around with. Not this one.
Not
Because
at
when I
all.
see you back in Atlanta in May, I don't want to have to fight you. I don't want to have to fight. That's it.
We don't want to have to, but we will. I'm just saying.
well. So those were our honorable mentions. And so I think we should just starting at 5 on, let's just rotate till we get to number 1. Okay.
Okay, so I was told it was going to be a live ranking.
That's what she just said.
Yeah. It's
You said
so
5-1. How do I know?
no, we're gonna popcorn each other, Killa. So like maybe I'll start with my 5 and then I'll be like, what about you, Killa? You'll tell me your 5 and then
I
T and then we'll
don't
go
know what
around.
my 5 is.
You're gonna have to figure it out. It's a live ranking.
That's what live ranking is, baby bop. Okay? That is what you said. Stand on
I
it.
can't just plow through my 5. Okay. Okay.
You
I'm
can
fine.
and you will. Okay.
Fine.
So I guess we'll start with T. T coming in at number 5 was the 5th best book you read this year.
Now, hear me out. None of these books are truly number 5. They're all number 1s. I just have to put them in the order. Okay. So this one, solely by default because it was a novella. That's the only reason why. Is Lovers Through a Looking Glass by KJ Bradford. This
I read that
was,
one.
huh?
That one.
This
I haven't
is
heard you talk about it either.
this is a Alice in Wonderland reimagining.
Okay.
So I read this for the month of October. I was like, I'm reading all paranormal, all witches, demons, anything other, that's what I'm reading. And this one isn't, it's other-ish, but it's the way the writing is, it gives you spooky because you're like, you feel like Alice. Now the girl's name is Braxton. Black girl, box braids, you know. But Braxton, like, doesn't, by the end of the book, she doesn't know if she's coming or going. She's waking up, she's in the forest with her fox lover, and then she's waking up, and her mom's like, how many times I gotta tell you on Thursdays you need to be here? And she's like, how did I get here? I was just frolicking through the daisies. And like just the way the story was written, I was like, KJ, I hit her up on Threads, ma'am. More. Yeah.
I love that.
So good.
Because I looked it up, and this book is a newer book, so that's high praise. I be feeling like some of the best books we've ever written, we haven't read them yet.
Listen,
Yeah.
I be on Threads. Any of them authors that be like, check out my book. I be like, sure will. Where I find it at.
I love that.
Lee, what you got? What's your number 5?
Ooh, coming in hot at number 5, you're not gonna believe this. You're not gonna believe this. All the Sinners Bleed by S.A. Cosby, okay? I, this year, have read all except
You
one.
period, Thriller girl.
All except one of his traditionally published books. I only need to
You're
read
welcome.
I only need to read
And you'll love it. I Can
I'm gonna
Buddy
read that
Lee.
one with you next year.
And the crazy thing is, y'all, is that I don't even like stories about a serial killer. I don't.
She does, obviously.
I don't. But something about that story has stuck with me. Something about Ty Ty has stuck with me.
You probably cry every time you see a school bus. I know.
Something about that crazy like, quite literally, I just helped my friend move to Atlanta, and I was like, "Can we skip Virginia? Is there any way geographically?"
No.
And
If you're not in
unfortunately,
Virginia, you're in West Virginia. No,
Mhm.
there's no way around it.
and so I don't know. It's just I don't know. I know that typically I'm not usually someone who the first book of someone is my favorite. Like, no, I rank him partially, but he is a damn good writer,
Yeah.
and that was a damn good story.
And
Period.
that's what I've always said about S.A. Cosby. If you can read something that is going to break your heart, right? Like we know how the book opens, but you can still read the book and feel all the feels for all the characters you're supposed to and be angry at all the places you're supposed to, but still be like, damn, that was a good book. Like that was a good book.
I now realize why thriller girls have such short attention span. No shade, Kelly, but like y'all start a book and y'all wanted to cook in 10 pages. And I'm like, what's happening? But we started off as Sinners Bleed and it was like, boom. It like right in the throat in like the second page. And there was no way I was making this list and the book wasn't making it. So yeah.
That warmed my little heart up. I'm end of episode. We're gonna end on that high note.
We're
I
not.
love it. I love it.
You're stalling? What's your number 5?
Okay, okay, hold on. So kind of similar to T. None of these are low, but Sword of Kaigen is my 5. And again, similar to Lee, like the fact that I even have a
Fantasy?
epic fantasy, and we're not talking about like a romantasy. We're not talking about a rom-com. We're talking about a big back with a glossary, a cast of characters, all of
A,
the
ma-
above.
a map.
The fact is that a map? I probably just get like
A
I don't
map.
do the map porn. You know, it's not my thing. But like the fact that not every day, but we read that book what, April
Early.
ish?
Early this
Yeah.
year.
And the fact that I still sit there sometimes and be like, and just be thinking about it.
The
And
problem
be mad.
is that everything Killer says is so true.
And so for me, like again, this one has a strong female main character. I think that always helps me when I'm reading a genre that I'm not typically a fan of. I mean, she was that girl. And the fact that, like, you got so much depth from her character, like, she was walking around a little housewife, like, "Do, do, 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 do. I'm a whole ass killer." Like, just FYI, body people. But yeah, like, I hated so many characters. I loved so many characters. The only reason why it's my 5 is because the ending still just doesn't sit well with my soul. And where I can respect an author's process, don't write something you're not gonna write. Don't write anything that puts you in a bad space.
Right,
But how
baby,
dare
you should
you?
have wrote book 2 before you even published book 1.
How dare you? Because I have questions that will not never be answered.
'Cause
No one
she literally said she quit.
no
She's
one
not.
protects their peace better than ML Wong. I thought Nina protected no, ain't nobody bullying ML Wong to write no follow. They've been trying for years and she just don't respond. I don't
Yeah.
even think you look at social media. That's what y'all think. No, no.
Yeah, it was and it's funny because Lee actually picked it as a get you because she was like, if I'm not gonna read a series, she was gonna pick a one book fantasy. It was like 600. It was big. It was a
Big.
big one. Yeah, so
But she didn't even feel it. It just we was moving.
it was good. And then we had the nerve, like, because I did the physical book and some audio, and we was like, who is Dan narrating this book? But then it worked. And I'm thinking like everything about that book was good. Down to
His
the
name,
narrator who
No,
read
yeah,
it.
Andrew definitely did a good
his
job.
name was Andrew Tell, and he was a very good narrator.
Andrew. Who's this
The
Andrew
fact
fella?
the
Yeah.
fact that I remember his name, yeah, his name was Andrew Tell.
So that's my 5. And again, had we gotten maybe 2 more chapters, it probably would be my number 1. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm fine. It's fine. I'm fine.
She had to keep you humble.
She humbled me real good. Like, if Shut the Hell Up was a book and an author.
She did that.
All right. So T, what's your number 4?
My number 4 was also a big. Let me make sure it is. But I think it is. Okay, yes. My number 4 was also a big bet. This was with Cookies on Top by Miss Bella J.
No way.
Really did it for you.
I knew that was coming.
Really did it for me. Now, so this is book 3 in a series. The first one is, I think it's Finding Christmas, something with Christmas. It is Cookie Dough, which is a novella. And then with Cookies on Top is the full length that comes after. It's kind of like we're here on vacation together. Let's hook up while we're on vacation. And then we go on to our normal lives. And they have. So with Cookies on Top is then 2 to 3 years later.
Love a time.
Love a time jump. It's a good
Yeah.
time.
And it's not a big back, it's a huge back. But the girlies were knocking those pages down so
When I
quick.
tell you Bella J just did such a great job keeping you in the story. Like, sometimes with a big back, you like, I know you already said that part. I know you already said that part. You was in there like, what Nelly say? What Yada say? Did it? No, they didn't. Did they? No, they not. Why they doing that? Ah, it was a good time.
Yeah,
Sean Dry.
that is a gift when you could do that. This probably is not gonna surprise anybody, but my number 4 is Harlem Rhapsody by Victoria Christopher Murray. I like historical fiction,
We know.
but now we know. But there's only ever really actually, why am I lying? There's a historical fiction on my top 5 every year. I was just about to lie, and I don't know why I'm lying for. Harlem Rhapsody was that good, and I think for me being a Africana Studies major and, like, feeling like I knew all the things there was to know about W.E.B. Du Bois and the Harlem Renaissance, for this book to come out and to fill in holes and to learn that a Black woman single-handedly carried the entire movement on her back, like every single major poet or playwright or big author, Zora Neale Hurston or gosh, I'm blanking right now. Langston Hughes, just like all of the greats, she either coached them, trained them, edited them to learn that about a Black woman, but also to get the story of this extremely flawed about a Black woman. So she was the most intelligent being, but she still made really dumb mistakes on account of a man, i.e., Mr. Du Bois. It was just It was it was great. I would never imagine being on an anniversary trip in the middle of a beach reading a historical fiction. As much as I like historical fiction, those 2 things don't seem like they go together, but I was drinking my rum punch on the beach reading about this historical fiction. It was really good. I had never read anything by Victoria Christopher Murray. She typically writes her historical fictions alongside someone else. This was like one of her first ones she did on her own. Baby girl don't need no help. She got it, right? No shade to them other authors, but she don't need any help. So I really like it. I think y'all would really like it, but for whatever reason, Killa just couldn't bring herself. Something about the cover didn't do it for her. I don't know. For whatever reason, she just couldn't bring herself to open this doggone book, and
Killa
I
also was, like, in a major slump this year.
It was rough. It was very rough. And then
So
again,
this birthday slash anniversary slash Halloween slash Thanksgiving slash Christmas TBR, it really has helped gather her. You've been gathered by this though, right?
I have, and I've just succumbed to just not reading with my eyes for a while and just
Mm,
enjoying audio.
okay.
That's helped, but yeah, I think because like, and this is why I don't read
Yes.
synopsises.
the S word.
Yeah, because once like it poisons the well. As soon as someone's like, "Oh, it's historical fiction," I went from 100 to 50 automatically. Like I was so
And the more
disengaged.
you try to get us in, we're like,
And then like Lee just kept like fingering. I was like, "Yo, you're learning
you're
things."
digging your
45.
hole.
And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all have this one. Enjoy. It's not for me."
That's fair. You definitely learned some things, and you definitely this is definitely for the girly pops that are history nerds, like history for real. What's your number 4, Killa?
I don't think I could ever have a top 5, but I'll have on my girl CCJ because y'all know how much I love her. So Deuces Wild, CCJ is my number 4. We get Ace and Cree's story. So this is book, I want to say it's book 2 because technically that novella was like 1.5, I think. But we meet Cree in book 1 and I liked her right away. I was like, oh, he's got a female bodyguard. Let's talk about it. Just to get her in her own book, and we get Cree, and like I talk about the same scene every single time
You do.
because they had Cree and Ace had just had this kind of playful, like almost like your brother's best friend kind of thing, like he picks on you and pushes you around kind of thing. And although she's like, don't touch me, at the same time, she's like, a little bit. And so when he shows up to her house, because he's investigating that case, and she was giving him all this rah-rah energy, and he was like, I'm not fucking scared of you. So you think we're gonna fight or you're gonna let me in? Like, what are we doing today? And at that point, it's like, it's fine, come in, big head. But at the same time, it's like, okay.
Correct.
Okay. So I really liked it. Again, a strong female main character. She was quite literally an assassin. And then everyone who knows CCJ knows that there's a multiverse. And so I love finding those Easter eggs where it's like, oh, she was a former Rose, right? Like she had been brainwashed. So it's like when all that, it was just it was so well done. And yeah, I
Next year
think my only
you gotta get into the other sets of that.
is the Vegas Nights.
No, not that. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but he's a thorn, and
Mhm.
Ace ends up helping him to break that. You know what they have, the hypnosis or
Yeah.
whatever? She's helping him to break that so that he can do the thing to set the thorns and the roses completely free.
So I started part of the Roses. I think I've read 2 of the Rose books, Reinventing the Rose and another one. But yes, but again, like that's how I end up reading so much CCJ because when you realize like you start pulling out the thread, you're like, let me just read this one real quick and get a little bit more of that story. And then you're like, oh, there's thorns. So you just keep pulling out the thread. So that is my
It's
number 4.
called Raised by Wolves.
Okay, I do
So
have that one on my
when I
TBR.
first joined the book community, this was a while ago, before I even had like a book exclusive page. Some of the OG like book talkers used to do like theme, like CCJ months. And so,
Mhm.
to y'all, I didn't read a lot of CCJ. I read 10. The 10 I did read was like there was a CCJ
Do
month and
you do you read CCJ?
First of all, I've read 11 CCJ books. 11.
Out of 17,312.
If I read 11 books out of anybody's catalog, I would be considered a stan, and y'all make me feel bad. But my point is,
CCJ makes you feel bad.
Yeah, I had nothing to do with that. Sis don't clock out ever.
well, CCJ told the girly pops at B3 to slow down and work on their craft. So she need to slow down so that some of us can catch up.
She said, "Do as I say,
Slow
not as I do."
down. Slow down. But yeah, I would love in 2026 to do a CCJ month because I will not keep being disrespected on this podcast.
Well, let's just do it. It's plenty
And
of
the beauty of it
CCJs we
is,
haven't read.
and CCJ is that author that you could do the month and you could read spicy romance, you could read sweet romance, you could read
A
paranormal,
thriller romance.
you can read a retell, and it's still all CCJ. And I think that's why I'm like, she is quite literally remarkable.
She's
I did
got
Wonder this
variety.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wonder was a retelling of Alice in Wonderland. And I was like,
So
it
good.
was so good. Why was it so good?
Good.
Because
Is she? I don't want to think that she made a deal with the devil because that just seems a little extreme.
It
But I'm
does. And
like,
she's such a sweet lady.
yeah, like, so you could read all month and still not get bored because she has such a variety of genres, and they're just all just
I mean, and Wonder was really, I looked at Wonder real hard. But I said, listen, 2 Alice in Wonderland reimaginings is a lot for the people. So good.
it's
So
really
it's so
good.
good.
well, we know which your 4 is. T, what's your number 3?
So my number 3 is going to be